Hello, guys. Welcome to Final Whistle. Of course, we are looking towards the summer transfer window after what has been a rough week for Liverpool this week. Of course, being knocked out of the Champions League by Paris Saint-Germain, who, to be fair, were better on the night. Liverpool had a bit more of the ball on the night, but obviously over the two legs didn't do quite enough. We then look at the Newcastle game at the weekend, of course, a final. And they definitely didn't do enough in the final, but the fatigue in the players looks ridiculous. The manager, Arne Slot, lost his head, and I don't know what he was thinking with what he was doing. You don't take Canate off in that situation. I have no idea why. But this is not about that. This is about the summer. And the fact is, there needs to be a £300 million plus spend. There has to be. There has to be. As it stands right now, Mo Salah's leaving. Virgil van Dijk's leaving. Trent Alexander-Arnold is probably the one we definitely expect to leave. More than likely he goes to Madrid. That is a lot of quality in the team gone. A lot of quality. You probably look at Bradley coming in at right back. You've then got a backup of Kwanzaa, which, let's be honest, he's not a right back. He's not built for that position. Joe Gomez, of course, can play that position, but forever injured constantly. So for me, that's him finished. You then look at the centre-back position. We've got Canate. You're then looking at probably starting him probably with Kwanzaa. And then you look outside of that, there's not much else going on. And of course, right wing, Salah, goal scorer. And you look at the goals scoring this season. He has 27 goals. Second position is Diaz with 9, I believe. There's a massive gap in quality there. Diaz, Gakpo, of course, he's had his injuries lately. Nunez, Jota especially, have all got to be accountable for poor form. A lot of people were saying, well, Salah didn't turn up in the final against Newcastle. It's not that. He wasn't given the ball or the opportunity to. Every time he played a long ball, for some reason, Liverpool played long ball against Newcastle. No idea when you've got a Dan Burn at the back who's 6'7", who keeps winning every header. 16 headers, I believe he won altogether in that final. It's ridiculous. And every long ball didn't go down Salah's side. It went to Diaz, who then, when he received the ball, did nothing with it. His end product is abysmal right now. Jota has been abysmal right now. You're looking at a lot of players being sold this summer. You're probably looking at Kelleher going because Mamardashvili's coming in. Canate is a bit of a question mark to whether he's going to stay. He's in contract talks and they've taken a long time. I think he's probably looking at what's going on with Virgil, what's going on with Trent, what's going on with Salah before he commits to him. Then you look at everything else that's going on. The likes of Jota, he's probably finished now. He needs to probably move on. Darwin Nunez, I know he's a bit of a fan favourite, but let's be real. At the moment, for a number 9, he's not producing enough. He'll be sold on. Luis Diaz could be potentially sold on. Mo Salah obviously would leave on a free. That's your whole front line gone. They're going to have to replace it. If 4 players are going, you've got to at least bring 3 or maybe 4 in. They're talking quality. Julian Alvarez, Alexander Isak, they're both over 100 million. There's going to have to be a huge spend. And do I trust FSG to provide that huge spend? Not at all. Not at all. We were told, a couple of years ago, we'll sign Jude Bellingham. We're going to go big. We're going to sign Jude Bellingham in the summer. Never even appeared to happen. Never was going to happen. It was just absolute shambles. Then we look at Kylian Mbappe. Oh, we're going to sign Mbappe for free. No chance. We're never going to pay his wages. Do I believe the recent links with Isak, over 100 million to be spent on him? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Unless we get some freakish sale like we did with Coutinho when we made 150 million on one player, we don't spend big. It's a fact. We can look back at FSG's debt spends. We can look at how they spend their money. There's never a massive outlay without a big bunch of sales. If we, for our players leaving this summer, if we make 150 million, we probably expect 150 million to spend. If that is the case, they're going for Isaac or Julian Alvarez. Say 100 million out of that. That leaves us a 50 million to get a left back, to get a centre back, and potentially another midfielder. You ain't getting good quality for 50 million in between three players. It's just not going to happen. It's going to have to be a massive summer of just everything. It's going to have to be huge. If we want top quality players, Kirkez's, the Isaacs, the Julian Alvarez, you're going to have to pay big money out. And it's something that they don't do. It's something that we know for the last however many years that FSG do not simply do that. They don't spend big money. If they do spend big money, it's because they've made big incomings. That's how it works. We won the league title before. Did we spend really after that? Not so much. We won the Champions League before. Did we spend after within that? Not really. Have we spent last summer? Not really. Have we spent the January? No. Have we spent the summer before? Not really. It just don't happen. They're not willing to part big money for big prizes. It's as simple as that. The bigger the money, the bigger the prizes, etc. As we know. You know, we can say, okay, Manchester City have spent a lot of money. They've been terrible this season, whatever. But they are transitioning from a team that won 4 league titles in a row to one that they want to, again, win 4 league titles in a row or even more. They're in the transition period. Liverpool also look to be in a transition period. Yes, we're top of the league. I think we've been fortunate in one way that the likes of Arsenal haven't bought a striker. That's cost them the last few games. The game against West Ham, it cost them. The game against Nottingham Forest, it's cost them. You know, it has cost them a few games. And obviously, if they had an extra 4 or 5 points, the gap wouldn't be so big. So we have been fortunate in that sense. No one really outside of Liverpool and Arsenal have been enough quality. Nottingham Forest were never going to win the Premier League. They were never going to do that. We know that. Manchester City, of course, have faded massively. They're in a transition period. We can see that. It's clear. And we've seen what missing Rodri does to them. What would missing Van Dijk, Salah and Trent do to us? That's my concern. That's my concern. You look at this. You look at this how it is now. And of course, top of the Premier League. Looks like we're going to win the Premier League. It isn't mathematically over yet. It looks as if we're going to do it, which is great. But who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Like I say, in this video, the title of this video, it is time we spend big. It's time we put money where the mouth is. I'm bored of hearing, and most Liverpool fans are probably bored of hearing, it's going to be a big summer. 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 Oh, we're going to sign Bellingham. Oh, we're going to sign Caicedo. Oh, Enzo Fernandez. Oh, Kylian Mbappe. Oh, this. Oh, that. Now Alexander Isaac. Now Julian Alvarez. I could go on and on. We're sick of hearing it. Finish it. Get it done. Spend some money and sort out this squad depth and the quality of squad depth, because come February, March, we always take a drop off because fitness is out the window. Too many games, too many this, too many that, etc. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.